Oh man, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Q-tip right here.
Are you ready?
From my man Lati and DJ Shadow. Let's go.
Enough was basically just a track that I came up with fairly early on in the recording process, and I just wanted to make something kind of clubby and fun because, again, I like to not repeat myself, and I don't tend to make that kind of music. So I was making a bunch of music like that at the time, and I just sort of held on to that one as my favorite to represent those efforts. And I don't know if I'd say it has a Latin influence necessarily, but it definitely has it's very percussive and it feels almost celebratory in some way, almost like it reminds me of a lot of kind of like, maybe it has a Brazilian vibe or a almost Caribbean kind of parade vibe. I don't know. It's just, I think, a combination of a lot of different types of music, like in New Orleans or the Caribbean or in Brazil, where music is really just joyful, and that was, I just wanted a song on the record that was just unabashedly a good time.
The world hopes that you play deeper we seep in. This is for weekends. Listen to Q-tip, Shadow, and Latif then. Music and souls. If you think it's a no, then you insane. Transforms, takes you to new planes. This is for all y'all. Folks will say, oh no, we ain't gonna dance and enhance on this man's song. Do get your ass up. How could you pass up the chance to bring us in your world? Can you stand up?
The vocalist on this time is unknown. The vocal track comes from an old reel-to-reel tape from a recording studio, a really small little tape about that big. And basically a recording studio had closed down in California, and a friend of mine went in and extracted all of these reels and put them on CD for me to check out because they contained all different types of music, some of which had never seen the light of day. And on this particular reel there was about 5-10 minutes worth of singing by somebody who probably came in off the street and paid for maybe half an hour of studio time, just had a guitar with him, and sang for about 1:20 this little song that, and the timing was kind of all over the place and his pitch was all over the place, and then he stopped abruptly in the middle. But just from that one little chunk, I sort of, I don't know, yeah, there was something about the lyrics that resonated with me, and I decided to build a track around it, and it came out really good. I was really happy with, you know, from original concept of how you hope it'll sound to the end result. Sometimes they don't always reconcile, but I was really happy with the way this came out. Initially, the thought was that I was going to do a scaled-back show focusing mainly on the new album material in smaller clubs, more intimate clubs. But that all pretty much went out the window when I realized that the first big, my first show in 3.5 years was going to be a big festival right in the heart of London, in front of 10,000, 12,000 people. So I remember writing in my little sort of journal that I was writing and writing notes down for the new show that, in big caps I wrote, "It's a festival, make it a crowd pleaser." And that's pretty much the basis that I moved forward. So it will be similar to the last tour in the sense that visuals will play a heavy role, but there is also a couple additional live elements which I won't reveal here. But and I work in the new music, some old, some new. It's just every time I put out an album, it's nice because there's all these new opportunities to mix songs together in new ways, and in some cases it gives new life to old songs because maybe certain songs that never really fit in before, now they kind of have a place to mix with. So when I go see a rock band and they have a new album out, I notice the way that they kind of, I think with every new album they leave more and more of the really old material behind and sort of move their window of song playing opportunity a little more forward in the body of their work. And it's similar with me. I mean, when I first started touring, I used to play stuff going all the way back to '91, and now I pretty much keep everything from '96 forward. So similar kind of thing. I think The Outsider might expose people that may not have necessarily ever heard E40 or ever heard of Keek the Sneaker, Turf Talk, or people like that. I think it will inspire some people to do some research and look into those type of artists, and hopefully give a little more exposure to those artists, because they're all extremely talented and unique.